Hello Sword Fam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Brittany and today I'm going to be talking about the EZ Sheath Deluxe. This is the EZ Sheath Deluxe. What this is a 3D printed sword holster, and it is magnetic and it is made by Chad Makes. I will link that in the description below if you want to grab your own. But this nifty little tool is awesome. I love it. I didn't know how badly I actually needed one until I walked by at Combat Con. I saw one on the table and I was like, I need that. And I don't regret it at all. It turned out to be super cool. So what this does is it straps on over the natural waist here, has a little clip, and it's going to sit on my hip. And what this does is it magnetizes my feathers so that I don't ever have to put them down. Like this. One of the nice things about this product is that it's highly adjustable. So this little strap here that goes around my natural waist is fully adjustable. They have different sizes, obviously, so that you don't have this huge long tail hanging down after you adjust it, but it can get a lot smaller or a lot bigger. Very simple. And then, of course, these little harness features are also adjustable. The back end here has a little tab as well. You can pull that to adjust the height. And you can also move along the belt, which is pretty cool. So you can actually adjust how the sword sits on your hip, which is super awesome, especially like for different heights or different sizes. This ends up being really customizable, and I'm actually really happy that I found something right off the bat that just worked for my body type. So the carrier, or like the actual holster part of it, the EZ Sheath, is 3D printed, and it actually holds up pretty well so far. There's a little tab right here, you can kind of see that. That is going to prevent the sword from sliding down. There's also a magnet right here, and it comes with a little felt like sticker that goes over the magnet, and that helps for a really smooth release, but it also will prevent any scratching. Without the felt sticker, scratching is probably not a huge concern unless the screw underneath is not totally flush, and that might scratch your sword. But I think the magnet is nickel coated, so it shouldn't actually scratch anything for your feather. But again, just to be safe, throw that little felt adhesive on there, and again, it makes a smoother release, but it also just helps it not scratch. It also works with a variety of sword styles and shapes and types, which is great. But one thing, and I shouldn't have to mention it, but I'm going to just in case, don't use this with a sharp, please. Stick to scabbards, like proper, full length, fully enclosed scabbards. Because it's magnetic doesn't necessarily mean you should just throw a sharp on there. That's really dangerous. Just don't do it. Arming sword. Attached. Longsword. Attached. Messer. Attached. Rapier. Attached. Even a large basket hilt like this, it can attach. And it sits. Removing it is also super easy. All I have to do is slide. That's it. Nice and simple. Again, I'm just going to slide. Alternatively, I can draw, which is pretty cool actually. It feels really awesome. One thing to be careful of is when you place the sword on the magnet, because of the weight distribution, if you don't have it snug right down to the hilt, it might slide forward and cause the tip to rise like this. This is very egregious, but even here, right, if it's not quite on all the way, it'll start to dip forward. So you just want to make sure that you have that nice and snug all the way, as if it was like a real sheath, and you just put it all the way down so that it sits and balances nice and tight.
So let's take a closer look at the EZ Sheath Deluxe. The harness and the actual holster itself is what makes it the deluxe. These pieces can be sold separately. The belt or harness portion can be bought separately, and it comes in a variety of different sizes, and I'm pretty sure you can customize the size as well. Obviously, it'd be pretty easy to get different sizes for this. That is absolutely one of the best features about this, is how highly customizable it is. Everything is adjustable and comes apart and can easily be replaced and can be changed and sized differently. The only downside is the felt adhesive sticker I'd mentioned earlier. It does start to wear a little bit, but I think that should be easy enough to replace. I'm not super worried about the magnet being exposed or anything, but it is something to keep in mind, is that slide action or the pull action to release the sword from the holster actually does wear that magnet cover a little bit. You can start to see a little bit of wear. I've only had this for about a month, but these little scratches and stuff aren't really a big deal. I don't think it impacts the cosmetics or the functionality at all. It's just sort of the nature of 3D printed materials and being placed with swords. So again, as you can see, everything is highly adjustable, and it's really easy to make changes or size it differently to fit you better. And there you have it, a close-up of the EZ Sheath Deluxe. Drawing the sword from the EZ Sheath is literally my favorite thing ever. It's so smooth and I feel like a badass, and it just clips right back on so seamlessly. The only thing that I think would make this better is a thigh holster, or like a strap around the thigh, so you don't have to like hold the EZ Sheath in place while you do the draw. And here's just another example of putting it in the wrong place and having the sword slump forward. So just a reminder that when you're putting that on there, to cinch it right down to the edge of the hilt so that it sits nice and snug and doesn't move around. I think this is one of the trendiest things to hit the sword market for 2022, so definitely consider getting one for yourself before they sell out too quickly. I will put some links in the description below, and as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support.